Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's market update. Let's start with a quick look at the news flow driving the market this morning. We're seeing a relatively stable setup in pre-market with mixed performance across names. Microsoft is trading around plus 0.83%. Looking at the news panel, we do see a clear positive catalyst with recent updates around its gaming strategy and pricing changes, which are likely supporting sentiment around the stock. Visa is trading around plus 0.5%. On the news side, we're seeing a positive analyst update with an outperform rating being maintained, which reflects continued confidence in the company's positioning. United Health is trading around 0.71%. Even though price action is slightly mixed, the news flow remains constructive, with a price target increase and continued positive analyst outlook. Ferrari is trading roughly flat, around plus 1%. Looking at the news, we do see a positive update related to its ongoing share buyback program, which continues to support the longer-term story. Now, looking at the broader market, in the post-market session, we saw a generally positive tone across the indices. S&P and NASDAQ are both trading around plus 0.4%, while IWM is showing a bit more strength, around plus 0.55%. We're also seeing strength in defensive assets, with gold higher and bonds slightly up, as TLT is trading around plus 0.2%. On the other side, oil is pulling back, with USO down around minus 2%, which is helping ease some pressure on the broader market. So overall, the setup remains constructive, with strength across equities and support coming from lower energy prices. Now let's move on to earnings. This week, we're clearly seeing a heavier earnings calendar, with more companies reporting and starting to set the tone for the market. Yesterday, United Health reported strong results in pre-market. Revenue came in at around $111.7 billion versus $109.6 expected, and EPS at $7.23 versus $6.61, both solid beats. The stock reacted higher, up around plus 6%, which points to a strong and positive reaction to the report. Looking at today, we have a very busy earnings calendar. One of the key names I'm watching is Tesla. The stock has been relatively flat into the report, down around minus 2.69% over the past 5 days, so there's no strong positioning going into earnings. IBM is up around plus 1.66% over the same period, showing some strength ahead of the report. LRCX is roughly flat, down around minus 2.07%, but if we check the news panel, we do see a positive catalyst with the price target increase and continued buy rating, which could support the move into earnings. We're also seeing names like GEV around minus 0.5%, showing a more constructive setup. So overall, we're seeing a mixed setup going into earnings. Some names showing strength, others more neutral. And that usually creates opportunities, especially when reactions start to come in after the reports. Now, let's move on to the movers. Today I want to focus on something a bit different, most up close to close. This scan shows the stocks with the strongest move from the previous close to the latest close, helping us understand where we saw the most aggressive buying during the session. Looking at the list, NTRS is up around plus 8%, standing out as one of the top movers. HPQ is up around plus 7.6%, also showing strong upside momentum. UNH is up around plus 6.9%, continuing to hold strength after earnings. We're also seeing names like DHI, MSCI, and STLD, all up in the range of about plus 5% to plus 5.7%, which confirms broad participation across different sectors. Further down the list, names like Dell, CRWD, AMD, and ANET are also showing solid gains in the plus 3% range. Now let me quickly walk you through how I'd analyze LRCX going into earnings. The chart already looks constructive, and we have a strong EM signal around 23, which tells me earnings momentum is there. But I don't want to rely on just one signal, so I like to confirm it with fundamentals. If we look at EPS RS, we can see it's trending higher, which tells me earnings are not just good, They're improving relative to the market. At the same time, sales RS is also moving higher, confirming that revenue is growing and this is not just margin-driven. I also like to check free cash flow, and here we see strong levels, which tells me the company is generating real cash, not just accounting profits. So now everything starts to align. Earnings momentum, revenue strength, and strong cash generation. And when all three are moving in the same direction, that's where setups tend to be much stronger going into earnings. Now, just to compare, let's take a look at a different setup. For example, BSX. Here, the picture looks very different. EPS RS is around 37 and starting to flatten, which shows earning strength is not improving. Sales RS is around 168, but trending lower, indicating weakening revenue momentum. And free cash flow is negative, around minus 815, pointing to weaker quality from a fundamental perspective. So comparing the two, LRCX shows strong earnings, strong sales, and strong cash flow, while BSX shows weaker momentum and weaker fundamentals. And that's the key difference. Going into earnings, I don't just want a stock that's moving. I want one where both fundamentals and momentum are aligned. That's it for today's market update. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and leave a comment. Thank you for watching. Subscribe or sign up to our research. And don't forget to do your own research.